Hey guys, I'm a bit behind with my single issue video. The reason is I made one on the weekend, but for whatever reason it didn't have sound, and I was so frustrated by it because I felt really good about it, and it was a nice video, and it took me some time, and I was like, yeah, then just fuck it. I don't care, but now I'm thinking I really want to talk about a few of those here. So it's a bunch of comics, mostly from the past few, like I think 1 or 2 weeks. And I did some catch up on some other series. And the really interesting thing is that I read them exactly in this order that I will be talking about. And it was like, it was a bit weird. It was like a big meta story about them, um, which started with a political, went into the weird and psychedelic, and then ended on a superhero note. Yeah, let's just kick it off. This is the first thing I want to talk about. It's a small mini comic by Alternative Comics called 23 Skydoo. It's by Al Columbia. And Al Columbia used to be a very, up and coming guy. He was an assistant of Bill Sienkiewicz, and he was supposed to continue Big Numbers, Alan Moore's series with Sienkiewicz, which never got finished. And I don't know, weird stuff happened. You should look it up. It's quite interesting. This guy has you. There is no comic on Amazon and such that you can order, but he has such a long Wikipedia entry, and yeah, talking about the comic itself, it's just a fun little thing, and it was like. Like an appetizer for getting into my normal comic reading. Very weird stuff. It's like, extracted from his subconscious or extracted from some dream he had. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I really want to recommend and urge you guys to check out Alternative Comics. They're a very small publisher. They're doing a lot of what's the grant called? Xeric or something. This comic grant for indie cartoonists. So they're doing a lot of really low scale, first time publishing for a lot of artists, and you can discover really cool stuff through them. This is Faith number 5. It's the Hillary cover, and it's the last time that it makes any sense to do any political talk about comics and the election and everything, because tonight is the big night. In Europe it's the night, with you guys it's the day. However, the content of this, so I ordered it because, with Valiant, I'm such a sucker for Valiant, so I give them chances after chances after chances, even with series where I'm really pretty sure that I don't enjoy them. And Faith is such a series, and I don't really need to show you the art, because it's the most average art you could imagine. And the story is the same. I mean, I wanted to say not really bad, but it's kind of bad because it's so hollow. There is nothing to be excited about. It's written by Jody Hauser, who's about to debut a young animal comic, Mother Panic, I think next week or so. And I'm really a bit anxious about that, because her writing here is, I really hope it's dictated by editorial. There are 2 additional stories here. The art is not very nice, and I have to say, I mean, I don't care about endorsements and such. I think Valiant did a good job of promoting this comic, and this is what it was all about. A little bit of provocation and promotion, and they did well with that, but they should just try to make better comics when people, are alerted and want to give them a shot. This was a very weak effort. Next up is Motro #1 by Ulysses Farinas. It's by Oni Press. And well, what is it about? It's not easy to tell. First, let's have a look at the art, which is super nice, I have to say. It's beautiful. It reminded me a lot of Brandon Graham and, King City Comics and stuff like that. And he is kind of in this circle of creators. I would call them the Island Crew, gathering around the anthology Island, released by Image Comics. And, well, it's a young guy who's talking with his small little motorcycle. The motorcycle is expressing her or himself through emojis. It's a weird little thing, and it's kind of fun, but it's this mix of cutesy and violent that I'm not the biggest fan of. And then I did a mistake. I read the afterthought by David Disanaiki, who's sales manager and probably editor at Oni Press, and he explained to me that it's about masculinity and its relation to violence and how bad it is, and that it's a really important topic to deal with, and that it's important, and this made me feel even less for this comic, because I hate important stuff, especially if it's put into me by some really well-intended person. So it's okay, I would say. You can grab it if you like nice art. And talking about good intentions, Occupy Avengers #1. So I was kind of out of Marvel for a while, and I'm back at trying a few new launches that they do. And this is one of them. It features Hawkeye and a group of activists, I would say. I don't know. He's, the art, it's not fantastic or anything. It's written by David F. Walker, who is a bit hyped right now. But this wasn't like his strongest sales pitch. So he's entering a reservation, meeting Red Wolf, and they're dealing with typical, ideal left-wing activist situation. Bad white people doing something to supposedly suppressed or how do you say that? I'm missing the word. People who can't help themselves better, so they need the help of the white man. I don't know. I didn't enjoy this, and this is I'm really interested in political comics and in controversies, but this is just affirmation comics. Stuff that you have read 1,000 times. That bad people are bad, and whatever. It's also quite boring, I have to say. So just skip it. Next up, the Unworthy Thor. So this is getting better now. This is becoming enjoyable. Unworthy Thor by Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron has by now written over 50 issues of Thor, and it's funny because coming from this reservation thing and coming to Jason Aaron, who wrote like the best comic about Native Americans I think there is, Sculpt, and I'm just finishing it right now. I'm into my 3rd book, and I'm blown away about how good it is, and complex, and and here we have Thor, and he's doing a really fine job. You know, getting into his mindset, into this whole language thing. So if you haven't checked any of Jason Aaron's Thors by now, I can recommend this. This is the old audience song. He's looking for a hammer to wield, and yeah, maybe he has found one. I won't spoil anything more, but it's a fun comic. I really enjoyed it. Next up, Alex the Campis, and what's the penciler's name? His second name is Parker, and Mr. Parker's new Image comic Mayday. This was a big surprise because I completely forgot about it. The art is nice, and the coloring too, but it's really the story which grabbed me from the first few pages. It's happening during the Cold War in the States, and it's about agents, counter agents, double agents. So it's Russia versus the US, and so it starts like this agent thing, and then I can show you this. It's not safe for work. I will show you this though. It becomes this really psychedelic trip. It's weird, it's funny, it's cool, and I had a lot of fun reading it. And yeah, I also read DeCampi's commentary on it, the notes, and this is a three-parter. I think the whole thing, Mayday, is an evaluation of the whole, you know, secret agency of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and one part of it will feature Romanian services, which I'm very eager about because I was born there. And it reads very political, and like someone who has, you know, read a lot about the topic, and it felt quite real and competent, and I subscribed to it. It's really good. All right, let me get to my new love. I'm deeply in love, and the girl who I've fallen for, she's an alien. It's Shape the Changing Girl, which is really my favorite comic right now. It's such a beauty. So let's start with the art by Marley Zarconi. I never heard about this person before, and now I'm his biggest fan. Marley, is it a girl's name or a guy's name? I'm not really sure. Whatever, I don't care. It's not important as long as the artist is giving me those beautiful, beautiful pages. And, you know, there is little stuff like, you know, the way her head is inclined to one side, and everything is so spot on, and it fits the poetic internal language of the character. Also, like, it's very zeitgeisty, so it feels very modern, while still respecting. I haven't read Ditko's Shade, but I've read Peter Milligan's Shade. It was my favorite series back in the day, and it so much captures the vibe that it was about. So it was about, you know, coming of age in a way, feeling human. What is it about feeling human that makes it special? And it has a nice sci-fi angle to it now, because they really go for the alien thing. So it's really, really beautiful. I urge you to check it out. This is number 2. You can still jump on board. If you visit your comic store the next time, be sure to check out number 1. It's the weird side of Vertigo, the Milligan Morrison side of Vertigo done right. It's the best comic of the year, in my humble opinion. Next up, another new favorite of mine. So this was my DC favorite, and this is my new Marvel favorite. This is insane. I got this because I read that Stucco and Francavilla are doing art on Moon Knight, and I enjoy Lemire. I'm not, or Lemire. I'm not always a fan, but Black Hammer is really, really good right now at Dark Horse. So I was like, yeah, why not? I will try it, and it blew me away. It's Mark Spector. A person with split personalities, all in his head or not, we don't know. Maybe it's just different realities he's living in. And in those different realities, which are somehow interconnected, so they're not completely loose and parallel and splinters of something, they are united, but in a way that he's still trying to find out. And the way this story is told, it could be like a very disjointed, weirdo thing, but it reads like a thriller. And the art, oh my god, it's so good. I mean, Francavilla, I'm a sucker for Francavilla art. I love him. I think he's one of the greatest. And they jump, when they jump from this one reality to another, they also changed the art style. So I think this is Taurus or Smallwood, I'm not sure. Because I'm really interested more in the Stucco art, which is heavily sci-fi, but in this weirdo sci-fi way. And here you have like the perfect two-pager where all realities are on a double splash page. It's just super, super good. If you're into weird but not randomly weird comics, just interesting ones, please give this a shot. It's probably the best thing that Marvel is publishing right now. Alright, so those two were the highlights. Those two are also probably two of my favorite comics of the year by now. And those are now not bad comics, but slightly less, thought-provoking maybe. Moto Girl by Terry Moore. So you probably know Terry Moore from Strangers in Paradise, from Rachel Rising, his most recent work, and also Echo. So he always has female protagonists. He likes to draw women. He does this in a cutesy, sexy way, but he's not like this good girl artist who's showing, who loves to show boobs, and he's more of he's just in love with women, you can tell, and it's fun to read. It's interestingly enough, so I come from the split personality to this person who has post-traumatic stress syndrome, and is also adding a little bit more to her reality than is there. I won't get into details, but it was very interesting. It was really like a narration, and this is a fun comic. It's about aliens and slightly psychically damaged girl, and it was fun. I don't need this on a monthly basis, but I will probably get the trade. Eden's Fall wraps up, so it's too late to talk now about it. You won't get a number 3. I enjoyed it. I wasn't blown away by the resolution, but it was capably done. It reads very much like a good Showtime or HBO series, and if you're into these kind of shows, thriller, political, and a bit dark, horror-y, you should really check out Top Cow's stuff. So there's the Tith, there is Think Tank, and Symmetry, and The Postal. And they're all pretty good, and the introductory volumes are, I think, except for Think Tank, always $10. And those guys can really create worlds and interesting dramas, and they're pretty good. Eclipse is also a Top Cow comic, but it's a sci-fi one, and I was very intrigued by the first issue. The second one was a bit of a letdown, and now the third one, I don't know, I just didn't feel it, or maybe I felt it, but I wasn't able to connect all the informations, all the dots that were given to me, and I had the feeling that I have to focus really hard to understand anything, and I just didn't enjoy the way it was told. It's quite heavily handed on the one hand, and too complex, too much information on the other. It was a good, for me as a creator of fiction myself, it's a good lesson to learn. You need some familiarity. If you have to explain every scene, what it is about, then it becomes a drag for the reader. I might try this in trade paperback, but I'm out for now. Aquaman. So we have a few rebirth issues now. No, I don't really have issues with rebirth. I have to say this was a strong week for them. Aquaman number 10 is really good. It features on Mera. It's written by Dan Abnett, you know that by now. I really enjoyed the penciling by Brett Walker. It was slightly over average, and I really like the mood of this underwater kingdom thing. There is a big prophecy, and Mera is in the middle of this prophecy, and she has to find out. She's very skeptical about this whole prophecy stuff, and she doesn't believe in it. But then more and more signs start to show, and it was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it, and I will stick with it. I'm still not sure about Batman number 10. It's the second installment of I Am Suicide, the new storyline, and man, I don't know how to put it, but it just wasn't well written, and this is the reason that I get this. It's because it's by Tom King. I mean, the art is really amazing, by Michael Janin. But really the main draw for me is the author, Tom King. But again, there is some disconnection between what he intends to make us feel and what really happens inside of us as a reader. So I get there is a little twist at the end, towards the end, which is quite nice. But really to make this whole issue about the twist, no, that's not cool, really. It's not cool. It's like I felt really a little bit disappointed that I trusted into the story. I went into the story and trusted the author, and then at the end it was like, yeah, but you know what, it was all a joke. The main thing that I wanted to do was have this little aha moment towards the end. Yeah, not good comics, and man, I can't bring myself to cancel it. I want to read the best-selling DC Batman comic by Tom King, but it just doesn't deliver. Detective Comics does, on the other hand, strangely enough. So there, I had to finish Night of the Monster Man, which was crap, but then it returned to the main series, Detective Comics 943. Really nice. What can I say? It's so enjoyable. It's a big cast, and it's a lot of drama, and it's like I said before, it reminds me very much of the X-Men, You can see it here. They sit around, they talk a lot, and talk about their feelings. It's very wordy. You can see that too. It's very wordy, but really enjoyable, really good stuff. So if you're into more drama and emotional stuff, this might be the bad book for you. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I would love to hear about your favorites. I told you about mine. Shade the Changing Girl is really the top comic of the month, at least. Follow up is Moon Knight from Marvel Comics. Tell me about your absolute favorites right now. Which is the series that you can't wait to read every month? Because yeah, I want to know about what makes you enthusiastic. Thank you very much. I will return soon with more single issues, or I don't know. Oh, I wanted to do this special video. I will do the special video. Okay, until then, bye bye.